know that you're here. I don't want to speak Hayden Panettiere's message without you all not hearing it. So I want to make sure that you're here. I'm just going to do a brief reading, trying to go over something I don't want to forget. So I'm trying to go over some things that she's saying to me right now while I have them fresh in my mind. As she's been speaking them to me. So I want to make sure that people are here, and please, you can click like, share, subscribe, and you're welcome to share, download these readings because they're very important. And please put them everywhere. Please put it on YouTube. Share it. You can set up a page. I don't care. TikTok, Facebook, Instagram. Can you hear me, baby? I want to make sure everybody can hear me. I want to go briefly into some of this message that Hayden Panettiere is giving to me. So can you all hear me? And would you, someone please put my cash up here and make it clap. God, the number 9XX is GOD, the number 9XX, GOD, the number 9XX, GOD, the number 9XX. Can you please put my cash up here? I don't care how many people put it here to donate so I can continue to do the work that I do. Can somebody put my cash up in the chat, please? I don't see it. Thank you, baby. Yes, like, share, subscribe. Can someone put my cash up here? I don't see. Thank you, baby. Okay. Let me briefly get. She keeps going back to Epstein Island, and she said it's a group of young girls and boys because she said they have a race specific agenda, a Aryan agenda. She just said that she just mentioned the words Jesus loves the little children, all the little children of the world, red and yellow, black and white. They're precious in his sight. Jesus loves the little children. But she said they pretend to have a Jesus agenda. It's really a Messiah, excuse me, complex, but it's based on genetics, the periodic table, and the Temple of Bergamon or the Altar of Bergamon. The Altar of Bergamon, if y'all don't know, I think dealt with Hitler and a Nazi agenda. I know it's in another country. I have to look it up. It's the Satanic Altar where Hitler went there and they did a lot of human sacrifice and blood sacrifice. And she said it was different races of people that they sacrificed. Not just in the Holocaust with Jews, but the Jews were also black people and gypsies. They might have been, their race might have been identified as African or a mixture of like a mixed race or half black, half white, or something else, but their nationality could have still been German or French or something else, but still genetically black. But their nationality says they're German. You see what I'm saying? I learned the difference between race, ethnicity, nationality. When you're not taught that in the United States or the South, it can be very confusing. She said that they dealt with cloning scientists, top scientists that also worked for the United States government. She showed me a picture of Einstein, Joseph Mengele, scientists that worked with Hitler, worked with and trained Epstein, and said that these are traditions they bring along that are heavily occultic practices that they bring. You saying? Let me look right quick. You're saying David. Somebody, is someone in here causing a problem? Let me know now because I can't keep my mind on this. Okay, thank you. Let me get them out of here. Um, Thank you. Just you put the person here from time to time, y'all, so I can see it because I'm not always watching because I can't watch it and keep my mind on what she's saying. She's very scared. She's very nervous. She's going through alcohol withdrawal, and she keeps saying she needs a drink. I need a drink. I need a drink. Okay, so she's dealing with, she said, the Epstein agenda. He was trained and he might have been cloned as well. She's also saying that she's cloned. The person you saw on camera, she said it's not her. She's been kidnapped. She has a twin. She said her mother allowed this process because the mother, I don't know who Hayden's mother's mother is, so that would be her grandmother and her grandmother father. She said her mother has a mermaid spirit on her, a serpent spirit, and a leviathan spirit on her. Her mother is also anchored to a satanic and demonic altar. She keeps showing me Anton LaVey. She's showing me Sammy Davis Jr. and she's showing me Jane Mansfield. She said these are the satanic altars they have in Hollywood. He's a high ranking satanic demon priest who's been at a lot of ceremonies where they do human sacrifice with the dagger. They donate the children to Satan. And just like she said, Jesus loves the little children. When I was just looking through the Baphomet symbol I picked, she said, pick the one that I think is in Detroit, where they have the satanic Baphomet with children. It's a statue with children on both sides of it. She said they sacrifice their children. They make agreements before the child is born. They know the name of the child, the sex of the child. They do the divination of it. The demons will come in before the woman gets physically pregnant. And she said Epstein deals with the island with scientists and dealing with government and military. Just a lot of this stuff happens at military bases. But she's showing me the lady, I'm trying to remember her name. She talked about this and how her father had her as a prostitute when she was a little girl. I think it's a book called Thanks for the Memories. And she said that she was, Bob Hope was her handler, and she was prostituted by Bob Hope, other celebrities, and presidents. They have groups of children, and then y'all look up Johnny Gosh. Says she knows about the Johnny Gosh program, how the law enforcement was helping to pick up and kidnap children, boys, and sodomize them and do human rituals and prostitute them through the elite in the government, all the way up to the White House. She's showing me Jimmy Carter, George Bush, the daddy, the senior, and George Bush, the son. But basically, if you go back and look at George Bush, the daddy, they would show private meetings with him and certain Hollywood actresses and said that he was cheating on Barbara Bush, who I think Barbara Bush is related to Aleister Crowley. She looked just like him. She looked just like a man in a dress. All of the wives of all of the presidents are MK Ultra and sex kitten, either beta kitten or alpha kitten. I never heard alpha before, but she's saying some of them are very dominant, aggressive. They dominate their husbands sexually, basically castrate the husband and control them. She says some of them are spies. Some of the president's wives are not only controlled, they're spies and they're cloned. They're like incubated in labs. They're handpicked to be beside the president, or even when they're little, like Bill Clinton. I think his mother might have been a prostitute or might have been in a lot of sexually compromised positions. I don't know who Bill Clinton's father is, but she even said that was ordained. They have to have either a mixed race or the mother has to be in sexual rituals starting as a child because their birth is ordained before they get here, a satanic birth by the watchers and the witches. They have in every city, they have witches councils that control the politicians of the government and the churches and the schools, and all the teachers that are put in those schools, especially if they're female or a part of a sorority, fraternity, or secret organizations where they're indoctrinated in through sex rituals, and they're appointed to certain schools to keep certain races of people down. Just like when she said Jesus loves the little children, she's talking about the false Jesus, the fake image of the Jesus, which behind it is the Baphomet that runs the church, because they pick races and they will suppress the black ones down, the Mexican, the Latin ones down. And then they use that, they know they're really not down, but everything up is down, everything down is up. If you see a race of people being suppressed worldwide based on they ethnicity, oh boy, ethnicity, um, they background. She said they know the ethnicity, they know the genetics of every race. Even if they classify you as black, they already know that you're not black or completely what they call black, because it's a false name. uh Black is like dead, nom de guerre, a dead race, dead nation within a nation. And they, she says, Similac. Y'all so-called black folks that's pregnant or been pregnant, give y'all children Similac. She just showed me an oil too, a oil related to it. They put in it a cod liver oil. She says a synthetic, a soybean oil, a synthetic. Y'all need to watch this Similac and look at the ingredients. And if it's not a recall, it's getting ready to be a recall. She said, because they control the baby's formula, the baby's milk, the woman's DNA, and they'll know if you consider black, but you really are a hybrid being or synthetic being, a ET, an extraterrestrial being. She's also mentioning the constellation of Sirius, Sirius A, B, C. She says Sirius would be in the womb of people that carry a lot of melanin in them. Curses in there, curses of the keys. So they done took your spiritual keys and hijacked them, turned them upside down. So your blessings will be a curse, and your curse will be told that it's a blessing. So they killing right now. The Sirius constellation is wide open during the Lionsgate, and the constellation of Leo, Sagittarius, Taurus, Virgo, Gemini. She said, and Pisces, the dawning of the age of Aquarius, which will be the rising of Pisces. Look, I don't know what this means right now. Y'all deal with astrology and numerology. Y'all tell me what the fuck I'm talking about, because I don't know. Okay? It's that these keys they know are in a woman's vagina that carries a lot of melanin. And that's not like a black thing, because there are a lot of races of people that get dark, but they don't want to tell you it's the same melanin. It is deviated and mixed because of race mixing, mutations of melanin. So, but if you look at, it's white people got melanin in them or black in them, they don't know or they're not going to tell you. And it's like sub European groups like Italian, Greeks. They have mixtures there, and they know that's the secret to the keys of their success. They know that these so-called niggers or black people are really not the bottom, they're really the top. She said they have all the DNA stored, but they will put like a Hitler agenda, a blue-eyed blonde is above or superior a Nordic race, but there's also a Nordic race of extraterrestrial. There are different groups of extraterrestrial that will feed a particular bloodline and DNA. She's showing me even African. They say you just black. She said they know that's not true because of the XXXY, the chromosomes and the blood in it and the substructures of the genetics. They know that there are different levels of black people, so-called black people, African people that have the genetic codes based on the ley lines of the earth and the stargates. So you carry the stargates in your womb and in your vagina and in your eggs and in your uterus. It will move based on the constellation and the positions of the moon. Just like they said, the NASA scientists, I don't know who was behind this, some type of government agency, where they went up, a couple of weeks ago and said they were going to explode the moon or crash into the moon to open up a side of the moon. She said that that's symbolic of the black woman's womb. In the US, you're going to see these anomalies and health problems with a black woman and her baby because of the genetic mutation, these species that they put in different foods you buy. One, she said Twinkies and cupcakes and these processed foods that a lot of black people like to eat, and these noodles with these parasites and these worms and these chemicals designed to upset the digestion and upset and mutate, take fragments or chips out of the XX chromosome, which would be the black female, as well as she's going back to the baby's formulas where these women, she said, they become more detached from their child the more they give that child a formula, she infamil. She just made infamil similar like in these drops. I know that my grandma told me to give my child those drops, the oil drops. It's a vitamin rich oil. I think a cod liver oil you put in there when you're mixing up your baby formula. And she said it, instead of bonding, it creates a detachment. It creates a mental, emotional, psychological attachment. It creates sociopath and psychopath. God damn, I ain't never heard that, but it would make sense. She said the more you feed this child this formula, it will create a division, a like it say in Genesis, where God cursed Adam and Eve for eating from a tree of knowledge, having sex with Satan. And what said what the woman abuse the Satan will bruise his heel or bruise a woman heel. I don't remember the exact scripture. I have to look it up, to create enmity between the woman and Satan and dealing with the menstrual cycle. But we know there's power in the menstrual cycle. And when the egg through ovulation it burrows into the uterus and thickens the lining of it for it to be fertilized, and if it's not, then it dissolves, that layer sheds off the uterus, and you get a menstrual cycle, which is very powerful on so many levels. People do rituals with their menstrual blood. You told this waste is nasty. It's not. She said, but you'll notice either you will be against your child or your child will be against with just you. It'll create a division in there where other family members and other people can get in, or the witches can get in to separate your child from you, make you turn on it, make you turn on you. Um, Look, I don't know what I'm saying. You said high lead exposure in the latter half of the 20th century created a generation of psychopaths. Yeah, but I'm also saying y'all need to look at these formulas. I believe what I'm saying. I believe what she's talking about. I believe this is her. And I am repeating this. And you need to look at that product to see if any metals, leads in there. She said these are rituals that are created in scientific labs tied to Epstein as well, because they use dead people and dead babies, aborted fetuses, to create these formulas that they give these babies and that they have you taking. That's why you take certain vitamins out of the store and you give your children these vitamins and these formulas, and that child starts having mental problems with ADD, ADHD. You see this child, the behavior of it, this child is nothing like you, act like the child could be a liar, have mental, emotional problems, be combative, be aggressive, or the total opposite to themselves, not talking, antisocial, or a mixed personality, because the child is eating, literally cannibalizing on a human. And she said they rushing right now. So they literally curse these items, these corporations that create these products. In order for them to get big, they have to go to Epstein Island. They have to do a ritual, or they send a prostitute on them in their company or in their family, or they have a lot of incestuous, she said, relationships, and babies that might have two daddies, two mommies, intersexed, transsexual, homosexual. These cloned entities and beings are put on them. A lot of these people have a twin. She says some of y'all have a twin and you don't know you have it, or you giving birth to twins, especially if you can't see. When they taking the child out of you, or they say you have a miscarriage, or they will take some of that. They take the placenta sac that has every genetic code in it, and possibilities of a code in it. go behind your back and create cloned individuals, cloned species, a copy of you or a copy of the child. And if they burn up a person, when they do a satanic ritual in the family, let's say they have a corporation, they want to build this corporation. Throughout every major corporation that you see making these poison foods, she's something about toilet tissue and paper towel products. You shouldn't wipe your behind with some of this toilet tissue. You need to stop. That's why a lot of y'all, she said, have clitoral problems, vaginal cancer, uterine cancers, because they secretly put things in the toilet tissue, paper towels that will poison the womb of a so-called black person. It's racially targeted. Lord, look, I don't know why this lady's saying this stuff, but she's saying in a certain area, they'll know a certain zip code, they'll know the ethnic group, the racial makeup, the income. They target a certain insurance price. They redline that area. She said when they take a red pen and they redline an area, or they take a black pen, she said it means something different. When it is, they put certain policies in that area they control to keep them down, but keep the income down, but the cost of living very high. She said a red line district, when you hear the politician talking about redlining, they know it's codes on certain colors and it's certain terms that mean death. You are isolating them people and targeting them for extermination, sterilization, annihilation through food, air, chemicals in the water, and sanitation. Lord have mercy. Goddamn. Goddamn. She said that means death, and you're going to pollute them, and you're going to have them corporations that are started by incest, satanic rituals. She mentioned Rothschild Red Door. And if you look at Red Door, that's a ritual, a heavy ritual where they protect their door, but they put the animal sacrifice of blood over the door for protection. It talks about it in the Bible. So from she said the house of David. And I think if you look deeper, you will see that this David that they speak of have African blood in it, have black blood in it, but they flipped it upside down to taint your blood, to destroy your blood, to federally classify you as beneath or less than. So that's what I'm saying. When Trump said last week, the only protection, the only people of color are black people that are protected from being having their protective status revoked and then have to leave the United States. The only one that's exempt and protected is the babies of slaves, which means the American black. I he can't. I think the judges must not have approved it. He cannot remove black people that were born here, or that they say, because I'm seeing that's upside down, where they say they their relatives that were transported on slave ship as slaves and then gave birth to those babies, those are safe. He cannot remove them. I seen yesterday he just revoked the status of Ethiopians that were here on visas and work visas. Now they getting ready to move. It's just really fucked up. All these people that have African descent and are in the United States that were under protected status, the Somalis, Ethiopians, I'm not sure if it's Nigerian, Haitians, he's removing them. But I know that that's not going to stay in place depending on the next president. If he's not the next president, that can only stay in place for so long, because a lot of those people also belong here. They're just not telling you that they have ancestors here. They were here before the Europeans instituted this slavery and colonized them and killed them and enslaved them, and then saying, well, they belong there, they don't belong over here, they only come over here and they visit. No, I'm feeling like that's not true. And they're hiding that from us so we won't know who we are, and they don't want unity with people of color. And she said, well, all these corporations, there's incest, inbreeding to keep the money within a family or a certain look. She said black families do this as well. So-called black families are blue or boule, family. She just brought up George Washington Carver, W.E.B. Du Bois, Marcus Garvey. And I know W.E.B. Du Bois did not like Marcus Garvey. They set Marcus Garvey up to run him out of the U.S. and his teachings. She says, so when you deal with the corporations and they get in power, they have to come to the sex meetings, the sex organs, sex orgies, and they have to give up a child. They're saying, this is Epstein, and Epstein created it, but he did not. That's one of their figures that they rose up and used that name. He said, but that's been going on since in the Bible, African and Egyptian times. Because even the Egyptians that were African practiced a form of incest, interbreeding. That's why you see some of them that might have had defects or mutation that was crippled. Yes, J-Dub, but those were also here, like you dealing with the Grand Canyon, and even in Georgia, where they suppressed it, where you see Egyptian cities underground and in mountains that they have suppressed that's tied to the Black Indian, the original indigenous one. Georgia, Alabama, Mississippi, these are different territories for indigenous people, and they're saying war. Right now is war. Hayden Panettiere is also saying the same thing. She says, so when you come to ensure the money, which is blood, in order to have money and wealth and success, or even protection in certain families, there must be blood sacrifice. That's spiritual, and either it's a spiritual debt, either it's an economic debt that has to be paid to the spirits in blood. Spiritual, economic, and political. That's the only way that shit shakes and that this shit moves, is that it must be a transfer in blood. And that goes back to the Bible and sacrifices in the Bible. But then there are people here before the Bible, of the Garden of Eden. That's a lie. Our people existed before that. They deleted a lot of books. They're not telling us there were people on the planet populating the planet before this scientific Garden of Eden, which is basically was science. And they're talking about the it would be Anunnaki. It would be the other constellations and the other species of man. That's what they're talking about. It's a metaphor. The Garden of Eden is what she's saying, and very scientific. So spiritual, economic, and political hits, blood rituals. It has to be the purpose, but you're not going to ascend in music, money, corporations unless there is a blood hit. And that goes all the way down to anybody that signs contracts dealing with these arenas. I don't care if you're dealing with especially banking, finance, insurance, stocks, bonds. She said, but the hit goes out when you buy something from a corporation and your baby is sucking on this infamil, this Similac now. So we better watch that very, very careful. She said, y'all playing checkers, they playing chess. Even with that, the black piece and the red piece on the checkerboard and the board itself, she said, represents a level of government, a lower level of government, lower level of psychology, where you being played and you don't even realize you're not even playing the game. So you're getting it fucked up. Play pussy, get fucked. She's going on a higher level. You're dealing with chess like the Moors, like your ancestors did. She said, because they take a oath, a science, scientific oath, spiritual oath, put you in bondage through what you're eating, what you're drinking, and in your bathroom with them toilet rituals and spirits that watch over the toilet. She said, when you do, she said, when these people show up to these rituals at these corporations and they transfer the wealth to a new generation, it's a oath to steal on the XX chromosome, which start with the woman, with a lower level woman. She said, because it has to take an ignorant woman and a lower level woman, a black one that's classified as so-called ghetto, low class, and black. She said, because you don't know your science. See, that was me included, because I gave my child that shit, that goddamn it Similac and shit, and because I ain't have a choice. Had to get out and try to figure out how to take care of the child, how to survive, because I didn't have nobody, no family, nothing. So you do what you got to do. I'm not condemning it, but you know what a lot of women do now? They milk themselves, and they freeze their milk. They leave it there at home for whoever babysitting to thaw it out and keep them fed with their own. She said, but then they kill themselves because they don't replenish the nutrients, because many of us are ignorant. We don't know, and you go by whatever woman, grandmama, whoever's around you, and you try to piece it together the best you can, moving from a level of ignorance. She said ignorance breed ignorance, and then you do these practices, you eat these foods, you give these formulas, and this ignorance will bring death to you, because the corporation already done showed up at the meeting, had sexual intercourse with Satan, had sexual orgies, created more satanic babies, gotten pregnant, and then at the same time, human sacrificing some. If they don't take this oath, their corporation is not going to be a multi-million-dollar corporation. She's mentioning Gloria Vanderbilt. She said, Gloria Vanderbilt comes from a very wealthy family. Then, I mean, when I was growing up, they had Gloria Vanderbilt jeans, where it had her name embroidered on the pocket of the blue jeans. They were very high. Everybody in black, all the black people, at least the ones in the projects, wanted them Gloria Vanderbilt jeans. And we saw these all over the television. She said these people hate black people. They take an oath. They see you as nothing and nobody. A dead nation within a nation. Nobody that they fear. Nobody that has any political value or any strength, unless it's someone they appoint in a particular group and get secretly paid. You're not going to be on TV as a black politician. You're not going to be able to do any business, law, money, finance, move any currency, unless they say we can put this person up here. This person's a clone. They black on the outside, they're Oreo, but they white on the inside, and they full of demons, and they clone. They're going to do what we say the way we want it, or they're not going to be up there because they're not in our world. They have no power. We sacrifice them. We cannibalize them. She said these are in private documents and religious documents. We must turn them upside down. We must take this extraterrestrial being. Said these black people are extraterrestrial beings, children of the stars, children of the galaxy and constellation. She mentioned Benjamin Banneker again, children of the seas that ruled all levels of earth, ruled the air, the planets, numerology, astrology, mathematics, ruled the sea, land, air, and sea. I think that's connected also with the Navy and maritime law. He said they were the first travelers of the earth. This is what this lady is saying. This is what Hayden Panettiere is saying. She said then they took it. They fell and slept with the devil, made deals with the devils, because these were the first black demons. The first devil was a black devil who controlled the sun, the moon, the stars, and the earth, and was given dominion of the earth, and fell because of sex with the dragon, the great red dragon. But she said there are different colors of horses, there are different colors of dragons that are in the Bible and represent, she said, revelation in time. Revelation, she also said, revolutions of the matrix are turning over, not an end as far as the earth being destroyed and being over, but also an ending that leads to another beginning, like the Ten of Swords. You think the death of something means over. She said, no, but it's a revolution, and it will turn it to a new creation, like a heaven on earth, but it's their heaven, the extraterrestrial, that which will be AI technology, and a reversing of the central nervous system, which tells me the central nervous system is also tied to the earth ley lines and meridian. It's going to be some more earthquake and flood and real bad thunderstorms. And she said this will bring plagues and death. She's also mentioning death through wheat, which we need wheat, we need flour, we need bread and bread products. She said, no, there's the death of the life that you know in fruit and vegetables. This new solution, she mentioned Bill Gates. She mentioned the World Health organization. They're going to say it's a crisis. It's a food crisis. It's a water shortage. It's a vaccine crisis. She said, but that means the locals have come in to eat up the wheat, which would be the natural wheat. She said, Monsanto, forever chemicals, glycophosphates, or glycophates. I could be saying this wrong. They putting those in the earth, tumbleweeds, ooh, like in a desert, tumbleweeds, which means the land cannot get pregnant anymore. It is barren because they have depleted the soil with chemicals and they dried up the water. You're going to see places that were full of water that's now dry like a desert in the United States. She mentioned Nevada. She mentioned Area 51, Area 52, Area 53. So there's more than one where the alien species, the disagreeable one, has brought down a new edict and give it to the elite if they want to be in power and the president. You must bring about a system of death to create the whole economic collapse, the banking collapse, and you bring in a new code, a new system on it. We understand we regulate through a matrix, through a computer. She says falling right now. Within the next couple of years, it's going to be obsolete. You won't be able to do your cash. It'll be another form of cash where they control your money. They regulate every part of it. And it has to go through them before it get to you, which means you better have a backup way to pay your bills because they're going to make you wait on it instead of getting instant access like a Cash App, like a Venmo. Any way you instantly get your money or transfer it to your bank, they're going to jam up the way it transfers to the bank where you're going to be at their mercy. We're not going to be able to do anything about it unless you have gold, silver, or other alternative way to have money, have what you need, and be able to pay your bills without going hungry. She said a lot of people finna go hungry, line up for food and water, and beg. She said that a lot of it will affect black people, melanin people, black females. These black females getting pregnant right now, she said that they baby don't belong to them. For some reason, I'm seeing white babies in black women uterus, like they are getting paid or they're surrogates to carry these babies, and also genetic mutations in them through the food and the product. Said you wiping your butt with it, you wiping your vagina with it, you're using your sanitary pad, you're using your tampon with it instead of a natural pad. You need to find a more natural pad or natural tampon or natural, you can take it with you in your pocketbook or something, or your wipes or something. I don't look. Y'all look this up. Y'all know how to look things up. And tell me what you said, Maurice. Membership coming soon. If you cannot donate, you won't be able to get in her membership page. Yeah, because I mean, it's to the point. A lot of stuff I'm gonna stop speaking on it because it's not safe for me. YouTube suppresses my views, won't make me a member, won't let me make money on YouTube. That's why I asked for the donations. But I'm still putting it here, even though the views are low and they suppress it on YouTube. That's why please take my videos, chop them, share them, create Facebook pages to me, TikTok page. I don't care where it is. Y'all need to put my voice out. If you cannot physically donate money, then please share these on other pages because they're deliberately suppressing me. But the stuff that I feel is important, I'm putting it here anyway because I want it to be out. I want it to be heard. It's very, very important what these people that have physically died are telling me. At least I believe that it's important to hear. When I'm putting it here, y'all, please share it. Please download. I don't care if you download my information. I don't care if you share it somewhere else. What she's saying is very important. She's like the corporation, the organization. That's why they don't help you. They'll tell you invest in this, like you need to invest in this now while it's hot. You know, a certain website, a certain trend, or AI. She said they already know, and then they'll put people out on the internet, sign up for this class, hurry up and sign up. You know, I'm gonna teach you how to invest. I'm gonna teach you how to make money off AI, become a millionaire. She said they pay these people and put these people there because they already know, like Peter Thiel, Elon Musk, all these people are part of a private counsel. And she said a lot of them have sexual orgies and they're either gay, or they go both ways, or they pedophiles. They stalk. She said chicken hawk. They stalk young boys. They know you're not going to become a millionaire, especially certain people considered black. Those are the outcasts. Anybody with a lot of melanin in their skin is an outcast. That is a elitist Hitler white supremacist based organization. They're going to get your money, they're going to trick you, lure you in, get your name, your address, your background. Who is this black person that want to invest in this? Look, I don't know why this lady's saying this here, but I believe it. Why would they invest? I'm going to keep them. She said, now you become a part of a watch list. Because, see, this is not a average nigger like here. They consider black people different categories of black and African and nigger. They track your background. Why would this person want to invest? So these must be part of the gatekeepers or the light bringers for this race to set them free. So we're going to fuck them up. We're going to lure them in, tell them we're interested, to pick their brain and look at their DNA, because they already got a private list of your genetic. Either you've been arrested or somebody related to you been arrested close to you, like a child or like a parent. Or they've had to date DNA or something for a police database to get a particular government job. Ooh, wow. She's going deep here. Government job, or your mama, your daddy, or they died or something, they got their blood, or they taking blood and not dead, and you think they destroyed it, they got your placenta. You don't have a baby and they hospital, they already got your shit. Okay. Your children been arrested, or you had to get security clearance to get a government job. They had to do a background check on you, so even if you ain't been arrested, they got your DNA because you had a baby, or you had other blood testing done since you was a child, and your vaccination, whatever medication, or you taking DNA swab to try to find out what your DNA is, or who you related to, or what race is in your background. They got it, so they looked it up. Then you start getting targeted or harassed, and you don't know why. You start having problems with co-workers, why you having problems with your mail, or your neighbors, or freak shit happen, or your animal start acting up, or it becomes sick, or it gets attacked, or Lord have mercy. God damn. She said because in every area you at, there's a she's foreign legion, some kind of club. She showed me these, I forgot the name, these black men go to it, they gamble, veteran society. So watch people coming to your door will talk to you about the Bible, or Jehovah Witness, or salespeople. They also told me that some of y'all, this happened in the past with y'all mama, some of y'all not telling. My mother told a story one time. I was like 12 or 13. We were in the church and she was doing a Bible study. She said that a man knocked on her door, and he said he was selling some type of refrigerators or something. I don't know what kind of, it wasn't an insurance policy. It was something else that she said he was selling. And I bet you this has happened to a lot of your mothers. They're just not telling you. And she said it's happening right now. Where she said people will gang stalk you. They will have somebody show up at your door that's connected to even law enforcement or something. And she said a man said he was selling something and he wanted to come in. She wouldn't let him in. Said a black man. He was tall, or taller than her. He was very fit and muscular. He pushed himself in and raped her. And she said she was in the house alone. She never told nobody. I guess she thought nobody would believe her, so she didn't even call the police. She didn't go to the hospital, get a rape kit. This man disappeared. She didn't know who he was. Hayden is telling me right now, this is happening now. It's going to happen some more. It could be somebody of different race as you, showing up in your area, knocking on that door. She said, because that goes back to what she said, signing up for these goddamn AI tech and investment. Look, I know y'all, okay? I know this sounds crazy. See, it don't matter, Moonchild. They already got you. Whether you at a job, you done drunk some water there, you done drunk out the water fountain, you done ate there. We leave our DNA everywhere. You done went in the store. They will target the person. They could send somebody like an old lady or somebody saying they go on your car door. You got the DNA right there on your car door. They'll put somebody in your life, whatever it is. Say, oh, this person keep on signing up for this person studying that, this person go on YouTube, they always looking at this particular video and shit, they taking this class, they have somebody in school, wherever you at, because they have witches organization. It could be this, she said, a Red Cross, United Way, Goodwill, any agency you're affiliated with, you're a helper, you're trying to be a good Samaritan. They call it like a goody two shoe motherfucker. That's what they said. That's what she said. They'll sick them on you, or somebody they'll pay to spy on you in your neighborhood who don't like you anyway, or who wants some money or get some food stamp and shit. They'll offer them all kind of program. Wherever the weakness is, they pray. Now the motherfucker just jealous. You don't fucking like you. These what is that called? I see it. It's only members there or veterans or these different groups or organizations only certain people are allowed to go to, or Masonic temple, also tied to families and bloodline and religious institutions. They'll have these places set up, but there are witches in there. She's saying they'll target, this is the person's name, this is the person's address, this is email, this is everything we know about them. We need you to go in a certain area, we need to spy on them, or we want you to create problems for them. So you'll be gang stalked. Most of the time you don't know it, and you don't even know what this shit is about. You're like, I want to invest, I want to educate myself, I want to go further, and I'm going to share it with my people. They know that that's genetically natural. So now to them, you are unnatural. You are doing an unnatural act. You are a violator against our law because you want to open yourself up, and then you become a shining light. You become illuminated through your mind and through your energy, and you want to illuminate people. We can't have that. If you ain't under us, then they send somebody to approach you. You don't know. You think it's a lover or something, or somebody trying to be your friend. Really, they want to get close to pick your brain, or get in your motherfucking house, or get in your ass, unloosen that ass, discombobulate and destabilize that ass, or destabilize that pocket and get in your bed. That's, you would never think it unless you try. I've seen so many people do that to me and try to do that to me and try to destroy my life and come up off of it and like, yeah, I'm a powerful witch. I can take her down. I can destroy her. Y'all couldn't do it, but I can. They're like, really? Well, if you can, we're going to give you this. We're going to give you that. See, that's why you will see somebody either married to someone, dating someone, doing business with someone. They scam them and they steal their money from them because they're trying to destabilize their ability to be stable. When you see them outside, homeless, in a shelter, living in their car, some then set them up for somebody to come and kill them, somebody to rob them. And then because they try so hard to take you down, but then at the same time jealous of you and want to be you because your attributes, your honor, your intestinal fortitude, your integrity, the bitch ain't got, or the nigga ain't got. But they've been told, if you a chaos of darkness sit on this person and you're able to get inside this person, everything about them, scam them, hack them, and then destroy them in front of the world, it must be public so you can get your reward for being a Judas, because you's a weak bitch and ain't nothing to nobody anyway, and ain't nobody paying attention to you. So you try to destiny swap and do satanic rituals for the elite, because some group done promise this person money. Some group done promise this person, I'm gonna give you a job promotion, I'm gonna relocate you, you're gonna get a raise. You get benefits to take certain people out that nobody else can take out. No matter how bad you think your life is and how bad people have done you and wounded you mentally, emotionally, physically, sexually, socially, financially, this bitch still get up. The bitch still breathing. So you really not the hell of a motherfucker that you said you was. Or people before, we done sent so many people on this bitch. We even got this bitch son to go against and set this bitch up. This for some kind of wish. This bitch, some kind of way, this bitch got a lot of buoyancy to her. You know how you try to drown a motherfucker, you try to, you got a toy or toy boat or something, you push it down in the water, you try to sink it, the motherfucker them and animate itself. and come back up on top of the goddamn water. It's like, look, all these people done said that they can take this motherfucker out. Thank you, J Dub, the general. And you become those things when if you've had a lot of bad shit happen to you. Starting off with your own mother who basically gave a satanic birth to you. Gave birth to you because, like, my father's a celebrity. So, or your father could be a celebrity, or your mother. So niggas will also get a woman pregnant on purpose to bind her, depending on what her DNA is, or what her parents' DNA, who she is. Even if she's not physically allowed to manifest it, you're still royalty on some level. The man will trick that woman that he ain't shit and ain't got nothing going on to get her pregnant, or the woman to get pregnant by a certain man to get that blood, to get that seed. So it's a satanic ritual birth. That's all it is. You don't mean nothing to that person. You're just a means to an end to get rich and feed off that child until and then kill that child and then come up on a big insurance policy and whatever rights the child owns or entitled to through the father. So they will do things like that as well to get siphoned off of that DNA. And they keep trying to kill that child. And then other people are brought in through satanic rituals and satanic altars sent in to do that to them. So that now this other person, I want to rise up. I can do it because I know everything about them, and whatever they think they know is a lie. This person ain't shit. This person a hoe. I know I can do it. And then they be lying. You know they be lying when you see a person go through a lot of the most traumatic shit and people do the most dirtiest shit to them, and they ain't even done nothing to the person. That means they envy the person. They jealous of the person. They want to become the person. You think that's your friend or they admire you, but they really don't. They admire who you are and what you've become, but they don't want to work for it, or they cannot do it because they don't have the talents and the abilities that you do. A lot of y'all got people around y'all jealous of y'all looks, jealous of y'all body, jealous of your spiritual gifts, even though you ain't developed them. They don't want you to develop. They want to keep your ass in the dark so they can steal it from you or steal your life, thinking that they can take your soul and transmit it, clone it, put it into them, then get out in the public. It's me. I can do the same thing Alexis can do. I got the same gift. I got the same ability. Y'all can donate to me now. That's what my ex fake assistant that was never getting paid, that I never had an agreement to pay, that stole my money, then got out trying to pretend to be me, put a goddamn big ass wig on, and took a goddamn picture looking like a damn dog, or a boxer dog with a wig on. Yeah, this is me, and my daddy famous too, and he's a celebrity too, and I'm a son. I got all these abilities that she got. Y'all can come to me. Y'all can listen to me. Y'all can bow down to me. And I'm just like, wow, I never knew this. I never knew the jealousy and the shit was there. Yeah, and you're a dead bitch, and I'm going to do all this shit to you, and I'm going to do this magic on you, and you ain't going to survive me. See, somebody else is behind that. Either a demon has gotten in them that's trying to take you out, that's starting with your mama and other people put it on them. Because if everybody turns on you and they'll say, see, don't nobody like her. Everybody fall out with her. Everybody stop talking to her. But then when you listen to the people that's turned on me or anybody else like that, they can never tell you anything I did to them. Rob, steal, kill, fuck, take advantage of. They can never tell you any concrete proof of anything I've done to them. But I always say, see, she always fall out with people. No, you fall out with me because that's why you came to me anyway, to be an agent of chaos and try to turn the public against me so they won't listen to the message that the spirit brings through me and then act like you're the victim, I violated you, but they can never show proof of any violations of anything that I've done to them. They never can. Never. It's always something they've done to me, and then you it's a deep jealousy. Then they get out in the public. I'm gonna go to this media. I'm gonna try to expose her here and there, and I'm gonna blow up off it. Look at me, a false messiah, an antichrist spirit, and it's always someone they send on me that got a mental problem and a deep inferiority complex. And wait a minute, what are you talking about? I don't have a moderator in here. Something going on I don't see. Thank you. Like my Hayden ass co-workers supervisors yesterday tried to get me fired. But the head didn't fire me. You better do your rituals, baby, uncrossing and protection, because somebody's sending that to you, trying to set you up. I will never trust now one of they motherfucking ass. No more, because this is the time they're trying to do it. If you know you're rise above and be successful, it'll go back to them. If you she'll get paid back. She'll be destroyed the same way she tried to destroy me. Every dime she took, every bill she paid with that stolen money, dead people money, it will come back on her and destroy every area of her life the same way she tried to destroy me. And I just will not trust people no more. That's the problem because I realize all these people are demonically inhabited and weak and got character flaws in them where it's easy for them to be infiltrated. When you that happens to you a lot, they know you have a lot of enemies, somebody trying to take you out that's around you that you can't see, or they will plant themselves around you. And when that don't work, they're getting pets and children. Those spirits will hang around you because either you don't know who you are, it will make you know who you are. And if you know who you are, it'll tell you that you got to go deeper, you got to study more, you got to get stronger, and you cannot trust nobody. And it's a lonely life and it's a difficult life. And if you have problems being lonely, then they're going to get you. If you haven't healed those wounds, or you've been lonely all your goddamn life, your own mammy didn't fucking like your motherfucking ass, because that's not the purpose you were giving birth to. And no matter how fucked up it is allowed for your parent to give birth to you, and it's a demonic birth. All you are is a meal ticket and a means to an end. Also use you for psychic protection, send out shots on people, fuck people up, do dirty shit to people, then low rate your daughter and say she ain't shit, she is a hoe, knowing that what you send out and attack people, they're gonna not only curse you, but they're gonna curse your children, ensuring they know you got, and they will use you as a psychic shield, let you take them blows that everybody's sending on them and fuck your life up. And they ain't gonna tell you how to defend yourself and absorb all them negative hits from all their enemies. My mother had a lot of enemies. She did a lot of dirty shit to other people as well. And I know now they'll attack your whole bloodline. They'll curse you, your children, the great grand. They'll send it if you so dirty and they want to get you back so bad. Your parent, your mama ain't shit, will use you as a psychic deflection shield. So they feel like their life won't be hurt. They can do dirty shit. They know it's going to be sent back to them. They will send it and let you, the daughter, take the blow. The son take the blow. The grandchild take the blow. Because they know there's going to be somebody. If they can't fight you back, they're going to go hire other practitioners to be their psychic hit men. That's why you'll notice that you got a parent and they done did you dirty, but then they always fighting with somebody doing dirty shit. The other people stealing money from people, like I saw my mother also do. And that thieving spirit has followed me my whole life. And now that I get it, I realize I have to watch it because they'll stay in your pocket or set people to try to destabilize you financially, socially, sexually, mentally, emotionally, tell people not to deal with you. Don't trust her. She'll hold this and that. You ain't done none of that. They're trying to destroy you with satanic and spiritual propaganda through the curse of their tongue. And a lot of people are weak and easily influenced. You could tell them anything about a person and they'll fucking believe it, which should also tell you that's a blessing and a curse, because those are people you don't want to deal with anyway. Anybody that knows you, deals with you, know what kind of person you are, and they're easy to inhabit with demons, they're easy to turn on you, that's the spirit showing you don't need to fuck with them anyway. Somebody that easy to turn on you and been in your bed and been in your mouth and been in your ass and been eating your food and been around you, and they could do that quickly to you, you don't need that person anyway. You'll never get anywhere in life. And then don't waste your time trying to convince every individual person, because they will send a satanic spirit out to turn people against you. So the more energy, say it, make a statement like I do in my video, and put it out there and let it go. Instead of trying to go to each individual that turned on you, it's not going to work, because you going to 2 or 3 or 4 people. They're going to get where they can do it in masses, or where they hire people to gang stalk you, to anonymously, like a coward, get on the video, get in a group, create a blog, and tell lies. A lot of times people will believe a lie before they believe the truth. They don't know you, but yeah, you know what she looked like. She'll do some shit like that. You're looking at somebody's picture and you're judging them, and you don't know anything about them, because they're also doing a satanic mass ritual, or then sacrifice someone else to pay a spirit, put that spirit on you, so that you will look like that, walk like that, talk like that, and you don't even live that lifestyle. They'll put that energy to cloak it on you. A deaf spirit, a prostitute spirit, a drug addict spirit, an alcohol spirit, a lying spirit, a hoeing spirit, a 304 spirit, goddamn. Don't think that they just put these area codes and numbers out there for a reason, because there's a vibration and a frequency, not just of each number, each letter, but the way you string them together, sequence of it, and then the words they speak on it is a spell. Put that on you. So yeah, she look like she sell her pussy. Yeah, she like she suck a lot of dicks. You ain't selling pussy and you ain't sucking dicks. But they'll keep on using the spell of their tongue. You know, because of the coding, your mother's probably a 304, a liar and a hoe, and jealous of you and mad at you because even though she gave birth to you, you ain't none of that. And will put that on you so you'll have the same fate in life that she got, a old washed up used to, a used to dick sucker and all that shit, because she mad because she done did all that. Done did everything but died. Fucked out of both pants leg and draw leg. Ain't got shit to show for it. Because whatever oath she took was also a curse on her life, and they did a soul swapping on her, a destiny swapping on her. Now she's trying to do it on you. So now she mad and she want to try to recoup her life and recoup her youth by stealing yours. Oh, it's not mom's fake nowadays, honey, because this has been going on forever. Just like I said, happening to me. So y'all got to watch those, and they'll do it through men, certain men. They'll come in your life and sick them on you. Like I said, y'all don't open your door. But these people talking about they want to talk to you about the Bible, they sizing you up. Or they selling some cable, or they selling some ADT security and shit. Don't open that door. Unless you looking at the person, you trusting the person. Stop, talk through the screen door. Don't open all the doors, goddammit. You want to open the main door, don't stand directly in front of that door. Talk behind it. Talk behind that goddamn door. Put your whole body, put your face or half your face. Keep the screen door locked. Make sure it's locked, and keep that Smith & Wesson or whatever you got damn it going by. Keep that motherfucker there, because you don't know if it's just them at the door, or if you can't see the whole yard or front door porch. Somebody could be on the side of the fucking door, or out there in the yard or in the car, recording everything, micing up everything. Okay, the bitch live by herself. You can live by yourself, but that don't mean you by yourself, okay? Not only with them spirits surrounding that house, that building, that area, let you know they come and protect you, but also you got your friend. Just like Tupac talking about me and my girlfriend. Yeah, see, you can physically be in there by yourself. But that don't mean you by yourself, because you got that iron. Like Gucci said, I keep that iron on me. Huh? She let people underestimate you, goddammit. That's all I'm saying. Let them underestimate you. That right, that's one of your friends too, Smith and Wesson. So you got two friends, Smith and Wesson. Now, you know, you feel let people think that this person ain't gonna do nothing. I can run in on this person age, and this person alone. I already seen on the line. People done did this to her, that to her. She done been through this. She weak. I getting okay. Let them think that. Let them feel that goddamn shit. Everybody ain't finna get robbed because they physically by themselves. The person coming in there robbing you might get robbed. They got themselves like robbed of their health, robbed of their goddamn it life, because one of your friends, Smith and Wesson, done hit that ass and they can't get goddamn it run the way they fucking run. Well, you know, that's fine. You want to get you some dogs. Everybody, I don't want to deal with no dogs. All them dogs and shit, and watch them in there. They get shot too. They get poisoned. You got them letting little root go out and walk, or you walking him, he's sniffing, seeing where he gonna use the bathroom, or he hanging in the yard, you ain't looking. Next you know, somebody done gave him a little treat that he liked. Either some of that wet food or moist food. This motherfucker get sick or get a virus, motherfucking fall out. See, you don't know what's wrong with them. Intestinal parasites and worm aching. Start watching your dog. Yep, the root going to get fucked up outside. Yeah. Licking friendly and shit. Or don't put it in your yard. Put it on the ground, because they know your walking pattern and shit. They know what you doing. Watch them. because you don't know who looking at you that you ain't looking at, that you can't see. That is what she's saying. Okay, getting back this thing about this corporation, she said even with her, they getting her body to Illuminati funeral home. She said because the mama got to see it, they got to get certain organs out of it. Now they done an autopsy on her, so that means they done already gutted her. But they're gonna send. They need the body. They need her body, so they gotta wash it and consecrate it in a certain way to do a satanic embalming, a satanic open ritual. But they're gonna have some of her organs in a biohazard bag. Yes, they have kept some to test it. She said there's certain organs they like to not only eat them, but they also like to burn them. They have to do it, so elixir, like a liquor. They have to put it in an elixir or take the ashes out of it. I don't know if they're gonna cremate her. They're gonna let people see her body and cremate her later. She said, but they're gonna keep certain parts of her body, like keep it alive. She said they do that with every high-ranking family member. Certain people that might not be considered high-ranking, where they blackball you and block you, even if they kill you or set you up. They do that so they can isolate the person and get the person's body, because they want to do a destiny swap, a soul swap, and they must consume the organs, but they curse the organ. They already cursed the person with the sting of death, with the kiss of death. And then they have to, if they don't already have access to the baby or aborted fetus or the baby they give birth to consume it, to eat them, have birth with babies just to eat the baby, to get more satanic power, to give it to their God. Like I said, Jesus loved the little children. All the little children of the world, red and yellow, black and white, they all precious in his sight. Jesus loved the little children of the world. She said, flip that, I love you so much, I love your flesh. I must eat your flesh and I must drink your blood through a holy communion, through a black communion, a satanic black mass. She said that's turned upside down. They have to do that. If they do not do that, they will not have power in the earth. So mama waiting on her body. And you said she had a strange boy. Who, baby? Who had a strange boy? Sam, which one? Because I heard something too, what she said. She says, I'm a clone. They got a mirror image of me. Well, they go in that mirror, do that mirror spell, that toilet bowl spell I told you that she's talking about. And certain foods she eats. She says that's why some of them have to eat raw meat or raw food, because of the blood and the blood rituals. And from they animal, they have their own farm, they raise their own animal, and they give it to you, one that's processed. Let me watch this battery. And chemically altered. They give that one to you and gonna give you the clone, which is a child of a little god, which will be a 3D meat and a fake meat where it's dead, it has no life, and a fake blood from blood culture cells or stem cells of a cow that really is a dead cow. These cows coming up dead. She said a pig. She said don't touch this pig, because a pig is their child. A pig is a cloned animal, a mutation mixed with human, some other animal. This pig, she says, a hybrid. It's made up in the lab. It's nasty and it's full of worms. It's a cursed being, said a cursed animal. They curse these animals. They do a ritual on these animals. Some of them that's in these farm, a holding pen. There are certain chemicals that are cursed for death. They're not made for human consumption. They say certain rituals. They take oaths and coals over these pigs. And when they kill them, there's a satanic ritual done that's anti-matter, anti-life, go against life. Before they process it and give it to you, It has to be like a last supper. It has to be an oath of death. She said something about this pig. It's a certain pig. She mentioned something about Hormel meats or Hormel bacon. Uh, what is that knockoff brand of food from Walmart? Best Value. She said, don't fuck with it. Certain one they finna be a pig virus and intestinal flu dealing with certain worms, a certain tapeworm. Oh, this worm looks so nasty, but it's mixed. And she showed me this worm is also in the ocean and with seafood, crabs, clawed beings, farm raised, and a catfish. It's a cloned catfish. Oh, the catfish talking. Mm. This one of the fishes come out of the ocean and can walk. Like if some snake can walk on the earth. She's showing me this with this. They're gonna have a recall with this pork. Pork, bacon. She's showing me the pork brain. The pork spinal cord is fucked up with these nerves, with this central nervous system disease and swelling in the brain from this worm. This chemical is a mutated worm. You can't kill the worm. You kill it or you break it off, the worm grow back. It reconnect. Oh boy. It's a GMO worm, kind of flat body, move like a ribbon, look like a ribbon. One of them changed colors. It's a clear white worm, but it's another one that changed colors. Here. I'm seeing this also crypto. Okay, it's a human worm. It's in sewage system, wastewater. It's in the ocean too. It is in this seafood. Some people finna get sick from this seafood boiled, depending on what city and state that's fresh seafood. I'm seeing a dolphin. The dolphin talking the orca whale and the shark. This orca whale said, I'm killing motherfuckers. I'm teaching my children to kill them too. I'm tired. The military ship, these other transportation ships that's bringing in different goods and products. I'm seeing blood on the ship. Blood on the outside. They're going to hit these whales. Gonna hit it. Mm-mm. Okay, this is also dealing with people in the military that's living underneath the water here. And things they creating. I'm hearing atomic bomb, nuclear waste, nuclear radiation in the water that's leaking. We don't know about oil in the water, gasoline, some kind of spill, toxic waste spill. Either going to happen or getting ready to. We're getting ready to hear about this. It's tied to bacteria, fungus, virus. People are going to get from walking out there on the water, swimming in the water, and eating that seafood in certain regions. It's going to come up now, and with this pig, with these different animal meat. Oh, he just showed me. She just showed me a spliced uh, horse and a cow. The cow genetically mutated the milk. It's not real milk. Genetically modified milk, genetically modified chicken, and genetically modified eggs. Lord have mercy. We're not going to be able to get away from this. Unless you're growing your own food. She said everything is already cloned. The clone animal, she said Bill Gates. They got this special steak and this egg and this milk, this cheese, this butter. Look like butter. It's not. It's poison. A lot of people, they're not going to kill everybody, but they're going to kill a lot of people. Said it's COVID here, a new one coming up, new COVID coming up. Remember Nipsey, the one told me, started telling y'all about this, what, in 2020, 21, I think I started telling y'all about this. And it's tied to certain water reserves. You're going to see people going out their mind, talking crazy for no reason, have a nervous breakdown, have a violent breakdown, shooting. Oh, I see the sniper again. Somebody going to come into their job or on school property, on federal property, shooting. Some of females too, because they done mess these females up. use them, abuse them. They hide in sex trafficking with these school principal, the school professors, these police is tied into it. People tied into the DA and the government. They done arrested some police or district attorneys and lawyers. I forgot the state. You'll see it. I know some of it's tied to this cocaine thing with Penn State. Another state, some of them been molesting children. They done locked them up. It's all over the news right now. I tell you, these leaders will be exposed. These people in law enforcement will be exposed. Presidents, political figures will come down with different sexual scandals and money scandals and secrets. They don't want to come out. It's coming out right now. Between now and November election, people gonna have to step down. They're gonna ask them to step down, or Lord have mercy. What you said? Sandwich, norovirus, eccentric virus, hitchhiking, raw, undercooked, filtered. Yes, but also something else is coming up here, and on these planes and in these cruise ships. Remember, I just said to y'all yesterday, I saw the helicopter and the airplane, and I saw more crashes coming with it. Did y'all see this? It just happened within the past 24 hours. It was a small plane dealing with either a sheriff or a police helicopter. One nicked the other. It done exploded. One person dead here. Deaths all over it. This happened in the United States within the past 24 hours. After I said it, I told y'all this was coming. I'm just scared of a major airline crash, national and international. We need to watch out for those. She said the feds, okay, she said this man, her boyfriend, Hayden, he was paid to be sicked on her as a handler to destroy her, bring her down. She said he would taunt her, and who gonna want you? And where you gonna go? You a has-been. You washed up. Don't nobody want you. Ain't nobody gonna put you up with you but me. And he would say it when she got high. When she keeps saying it was alcohol and it was drugs. And it was poison alcohol. She mentioned doctors, fake prescriptions, or buying fake prescriptions, or buying drugs. Her mind was so messed up. She was on hallucinogens. So these are opioids, as well as her memory was cloudy. People are doubling up. She said there was a cloning ritual deal with her with Epstein to make her two people, where they stole her personality and her soul through a satanic ritual, had her on the floor, like doing a satanic ritual on her. Actually she saw them murder her or kill her in the spirit realm, in the fifth dimension, in the psychic realm, and had another spirit on her that really wasn't her, or either she has a clone. She has another person walking around looking like her, mannerisms of her, but not really her, and drugged that one. The real her, they drugged it, raped her, and put her on an altar, and then had her walking around pretending to be her, like what you seeing when she showed me, when I listened to her talking, and she sound drunk to me, like I'm trying to be stable, interviewing about her book. She said, that's not me, that's a clone. They put the clone on me, the mind, the person that said they did it at the Epstein Ranch in the laboratory. And through sexual rape, she said she don't remember all the rapes. They put an energy out to kill the real her, bring that one down, destroy it through drug and alcohol. I heard that demon on her when she talking, and she sounded drunk to me. And it's two people, and she said they be cloning them, where they walking around looking like and acting like the person, but it's not really the person. Mentally, emotionally, spiritually, they've been injected and cloned. It's a whole other personality. Then she said they talk to me. They talk to that spirit and put voices in the head, tell them to do drugs to get high. Then when that spirit get high on them, they then start programming it for destruction. I'm going here and put this on the charge. Let me get up, because I don't want this to go out, because it's too important. So then they'll start telling that demon to kill the person that is on and make them crave alcohol and crave drugs, but they need a handler, they need a trigger. They need somebody to start talking to the person, humiliating, degrading them sexually, calling her a slut and a whore, calling her dumb and confident. That's why you ain't famous no more. That's why you ain't getting no movie, because you a stupid bitch. You a dumb bitch. Nobody gonna want you. Boom, punch her, push her down, kick her. You're a dumb bitch. You're a has-been. You ain't going nowhere. You ain't gonna never be nothing to nobody. Don't nobody want you but me. Ain't nobody gonna want you. I don't even fucking want you. So you will call her name. And then it was a doctor, somebody at a pharmacy, somebody at a secret lab creating knockoff synthetic drugs, giving her poison alcohol. Said it's other people. I pray it come out if I'm telling the truth. It's other people dealing with pharmaceuticals, prescription drug. Either give him a fake prescription or give him her prescription where he got bottles of this girl medicine. He done went in the goddamn bottles and put a synthetic drug, a opioid with a hallucinogen, a psychedelic drug, a false drug, an illegal drug. Putting them, and she knew someone, he tell her to try it, or while she high or drunk or kind of out of it, she trying to come out of it and get sober, he give her something else, one like a purple pill, one like a yellow pill, where some of it got a powder in the pill, like, or some of it's like look like it's soft, like a soft gel. So they introducing legalized prescription. Somebody that is rehab, she don't work through somebody, a doctor, working with her boyfriend, and her boyfriend brother's a junkie. Both of them junkies, drug addict, pill, and alcohol. This is a very poisonous mixture of an alcohol that she was drinking. Yeah, you can get out the stove, but I'm saying this is a knockoff. Where I'm hearing Russian and Ukraine. Somebody that's Russian and that's Ukrainian, and somebody deal with a mob, as tied into the entertainment industry, doctors, lawyers, scientists, chemists, dealing with drugs, and even Mexican cartel. Some of these cartels are tied together and work together. And China, these different drugs, synthetic drugs, some of them she showed me dealing with horses, a veterinarian drug, very strong hallucinogens, narcotic, mixed with opioid. Oh, this thing will kill a horse. This, she's showing me this. She said the FBI, the DEA, the local authorities, they've been secretly, because this is mob tied. This boyfriend she with is dirty as hell. Got a lot of mental problems, emotional problems, tied to some type of gang and organized crime. Why am I seeing a railroad track and a train? If y'all see where she live at, if there's any train station there, whether it's bus, like, Greyhound, something like that, as well as a regular train company, train system, railroad track, and the train track, and the train that move goods and services on products on the train. Tell me what kind of trains are in that area, or Amtrak, or a regular older train company, not a subway train, a regular choo-choo train. That and bus and water, any lake there nearby, and is it in the ocean there? What's that, North Carolina, South Carolina? Also, the building was under surveillance and the building was bugged. Somebody spying was in one apartments that's recording all of this. A group of witches and a group of women. She showed me this a railroad track, bus station, train. So it's train and bus, and lake or any ocean there that you have to drive to get to, or in a lake or water nearby, where she was found dead at. They also said her brother was found sitting up in a chair, had a heart attack, dead 3 years ago. She found in a chair. No, that's a satanic ritual, just like some people found in water, like Brittany Murphy also coming up associated with her.
There's a certain way you got to find them because of the way they were born and whoever their mama and daddy was and the satanic edict, the oath that was taken by the parent and whoever they had sex with. Because Brittany Murphy, whoever she had sex with last, so I think that was the husband, is also tied to this satanic death she had in the water. Okay, them two children was put in a chair. And who that kind of remind me of the Baphomet. Because when you see the Baphomet in the statue, he's in a chair, up and down, got titties and a penis, with two children around it. And I think, is that a boy or and a girl around him? And who she got? She's a girl and her brother's a boy. They satanic with the Satan, the Baphomet sitting in the chair. You see, they prop them up Baphomet style. That's what she said. In a chair. But she keep telling me the brother was propped up. Somebody was there, helped get him high and put him in the chair. One hand up, one down. They done killed her on the, she done collapsed on the floor. Told them the deal was done, the deed was done. I want my money. And both of them get high. Her boyfriend and his brother, that's a preacher, is a slick deviant. A satanic deviant. Her boyfriend been gone and sick in the head. And she said, he said, when they met, he didn't know who she was. He's a damn lie. They gave that man that script because he's a grifter. He's a con artist and a junkie and a deviant. Go both ways. Was put on her and been beat up and tortured. He's a Illuminati slave. A sex slave and a mind-controlled beta male. Sicked him on that girl. Through them different demonic oaths, was promised to come up and got riches. He done got money, secretly paid, dealt with credit card fraud on that girl, setting that girl up, lying on her, going on her accounts. That's why he kept us in a stupor like that. Then she started craving that alcohol. She don't know no better. Her body craving that alcohol like alcoholics do, but they had different chemicals and poison in that alcohol. Alcohol is already poisonous, depending on how much of you drinking straight liquor, straight alcohol. Then on top of that, she high, he jumping on her. She had a lot of internal bruises and damage her body into her ribs, into her head, into her face. And while she's physically degraded and the brother watched this. And the brother would feel sorry for her boyfriend's brother, but he couldn't get in it because it was also an oath he took to come up and to make money off of it. So he would watch him rape her, beat her, abuse her, and she said he was blackmailing her about that. Yeah, well, you think you finna leave me and you gonna tell on me like she had told? I didn't know he had been arrested before for whooping her ass like that. Well, do you really want this to get out? How I got you up here fucking? And she's like, what are you talking about? I didn't do, oh, you didn't do that? Yes, you did. Showed her, they screwing her. Look, I don't know about this stuff I'm saying to y'all, okay? She said they got a dark web. Somebody, it looked like her and they act like her, laying there getting screwed by her boyfriend and the brother. Like, you know what? I don't know if they brought somebody else in because she telling me she done been pregnant before. Said that she either miscarried or aborted. It's this stuff she's showing me. She wasn't in her right mind. She said, but I'm kind of starting to remember now. I'm getting in my right mind. Said he was blackmailing her. And it's a woman involved, but I'm seeing 3 women. But it was a woman there too. And somebody crossed the hall or close to it that was recording and going to blackmail them or extort them as well as show it to the elite. I believe Epstein is still alive. And there's different agents in the United States from other countries that are a part of doing that to politicians and celebrities to keep them in check. And to control the agenda, they need a certain amount of blood, certain racial types of blood. So you see, they sacrifice white folks too. They do it on their own, especially if that person is spiritual, psychic, don't want to be with that shit, want to get out of it, they'll suppress them and corner them in like a rat in a cage. She said he had audio files of her. He had videos where he was sexually degrading, humiliating her, and extorting her. This might be already on the dark web. It's somebody look just like her in sex tape. It's a dog here. She bring with this boyfriend, say he do anything, have sex with human and dog. Said that this on the tape or got an animal in the tape. Look, I don't know why I'm saying what I'm saying. Don't believe me. But this what I believe that this person is in here saying. She said all type of deviant, sick, sadistic shit on these tapes. Well, he done compromised her and exploited her to get her insurance money and to get her other money and stay in control of her so the girl can't leave him alone unless, and she must have got tired of it and started telling. And he's like, I'm finna kill this bitch. And plus he had got the okay. Him and his brother got the okay. It was a female involved. Somebody else was in that house. I told y'all that first reading a day or two before it came out. I said, them two motherfuckers was there and a female and a neighbor. One neighbor done already came out and told from when they was in California. Somebody else, it's a group of people in two different apartments. One on the same level they was on. Y'all need to tell me what floor they was on. And somebody above them. And somebody on a roof. And somebody down in a car that was click, taking pictures of it on another floor. He had backup people like a gang and like a mob on different levels. And the mama was talking to him and connected. She said she hate him and all that shit. And well, she made a statement, oh, it's hard for children to be in this arena to make it. But you're her mother. So why was it so hard on her? Why was she so demonically infested with demons and addiction demons and put them spells on that lady to be a junkie and to take her own self out when that's a clone, a demon put on her to do that to her, connected to a grave? Well, you can take both of your children out. How did that happen to him and her? Jack and Jill. Oh my God. She just said Jack and Jill. Jack and Jill went up the hill to fetch a pail of water. Jack came down and broke his crown and Jill came stumbling out. Something like that. She just said that's who they were, Jack and Jill. Damn. She used these metaphors and Jesus loved a little cheer. They sent them back to Satan's throne. Just like I said with the altar of Pergamon, which would be a satanic throne, going back to Epstein and the satanic white supremacist agenda, which will also be dealing with Peter Thiel and Elon Musk, whose father is a white supremacist, hate black people, took over South Africa. She said that's how they all are on those top that run those corporations. That's when she started warning y'all about toilet tissue and wiping your behind and drinking that milk. Look, let me see. Has something come up already? Because if it ain't, it's going to. With these, there are certain formulas and certain food and drink and cigarettes and cigars and stuff that are targeted towards black people. Baby formula. I'm just going to put formula recall. 2026 lists. Okay, on June 13, 2026, Nara Organic. So now they'll try to say it's organic. They say issued a voluntary national recall on all lots and sizes of Nara Organics whole milk organic powdered infant formula due to an investigation linking the powder to infant botulism. The reason the Center for Disease Control and Food Drug Administration issued an infant botulism outbreak. Kendamil in Canada. Health Canada issued a precautionary recall for specific batches of Kendamil whole milk infant formula. Aptamil and SMA in the UK. This is 226. Infant formulas marketed in the US. All brands. Baby formula recall US. Looking at them, I ain't seen all of them. The whole wow. This is happening right now in 226. So let me be specific and put this in there because she mentioned, she said different formulas, but I'm wondering about Infamil. Because she said some blood sacrifices are finna come up through these formulas and these babies being sick and the babies dying through that, sexual problems, sperm and egg problems. Okay, so right now there's no current Infamil one. The last one was in December 2023. I wonder other parent companies. Infamil, Prosobi, Infamil safety page. Okay, so they saying, oh wow, there was an Infamil lawsuit settlement for childbirth. There, oh, it's ongoing right now. In August 226, the first federal NEC baby formula trial against Mead Johnson began. The case involves Infamil premature and the death of a premature infant. A separate Illinois case resulted in a $60 million verdict against Mead Johnson. So they are still telling you to come forward in August 2026. Okay, so see, it's something else. That's going on for her to say this. But they claim it's no active recall, but I wonder, is it another company that she's telling me under another name? And it says some of these formulas got arsenic and lead in them. What is this? Infamil Gentlease. Infamil. Let me see. Subsidiary. Infamil subsidiary recall list. Mead Johnson. Okay, we're gonna keep looking. Something must be going to come up for some type of lawsuit formula through. Okay, February 2nd, 2026. Nearly 800 NEC claims are pending against Infamil and other premium formulas. Okay, so there are lawsuits against them right now. Y'all, let me know if y'all are pregnant or if y'all already had children and any of y'all want to comment on this and what formulas you're giving your children and what have you noticed, because now I see of the satanic altars that these corporations are on and they have a certain level of depth. They have to do a human sacrifice, even if it's from a distance, because you are consuming, and when you are buying it, you paying your money. Do you realize you actually paying that spirit to do something to you or your child? You still paying from that. You're paying that bought spirit that they done paid to curse you, you paying it too. When you make a mental and emotional commitment, I like this product, my mama used this and all that, my dad used this, and then you give money. You are actually giving that spirit over that corporation money. You see, this case involves bacteria called Bacillus cereus, which can sometimes get into powdered infant formula. Bacillus cereus. Let me see. Bacillus cereus and baby formula. Yes, it's a spore forming bacterium that can contaminate powdered baby formula. Oh boy, I'm gonna leave it alone right now. We're gonna watch this and see which baby formulas come up for recall and see children getting sick because I'm seeing it in babies' bodies right now. And people are not noticing, the parents not noticing, and the doctors not noticing because they're like cramping. They're saying this bacteria creates symptoms in a child, but you're not noticing it because it's not associated with any formula, any recall you heard about. And some parents ain't looking these things up. It says sudden vomiting and severe nausea, abdominal cramps or pain, rapid fluid loss and dehydration, lethargy or abnormal fussiness. It says check recalls. If you notice your child is acting this way with a certain formula, nobody said anything. The news hasn't said anything. And you don't realize some formula where the bacteria got in it through processing. Diarrhea, anything like this, abdominal cramps, watery diarrhea, and the derivatives that the food is using are in the dairy or meat, anything they're using from an animal. Okay, Nestle, I know Nestle has a formula. Nestle issued a major global recall across dozens of countries for specific batches of infant and follow-on formulas, including SMA, NAN, and BEBA, alpha-amino, and glucose lines due to potential contamination with cerulide, a toxin produced by Bacillus cereus. Wow. Okay. These are global. They sell these globally. Let me make sure Nestle is this now. Wait a minute. Nestle recalls. This is USA Today. Nestle recalls infant formula in 49 countries. January 2026. Whoa. Okay, but they're saying the United States has not been added to this. What regions? Let me make sure. What regions is this affected? Okay, it says, give me a minute. Nestle. 4 major, but it says, wait a minute, 4 major global regions. Europe, the Americas, Asia/Oceania, and the Middle East and North Africa. This recall affects 49 countries. So the Americas region includes Argentina, Brazil, Chile, Mexico, Peru, and Uruguay. But they're saying the U.S. is exempt.
I'm going to, y'all watch this. Let's watch it in the US because I know that I'm not hearing this for nothing. And they said Nestle recalls formula milk products due to contamination risk. This was 7 months ago. In the US, it's still here, y'all. I can feel it and I can see it. Infant formulas marketed in the US. We're going to watch this. I don't want to keep talking about this too long because I know what I'm seeing. Even though they're not saying this, we're going to watch this, y'all. Because she wouldn't have said this corporations, and I'm still on this toilet tissue shit. For her to say this, let me see. What toxic chemicals are in some toilet? T-O-L-I-E-T. Toilet paper. Toilet paper brands. Studies and tests on commercial hygiene products show that some conventional recycled and bamboo toilet paper contain trace amounts of toxic chemicals originating from manufacturing, bleaching, or recycled source materials. Options on Reddit are mixed, with some users concerned about chemical exposure through sensitive skin, while others consider the trace level negligible. Common contaminants and chemicals: forever chemicals, formaldehyde, chlorine and dioxin, biophenols, fragrances and lotion, because she said it tears. The toilet tissue creates microscopic tears in the skin when you're wiping your clitoris, your vagina, surrounding tissues, and your anus. Your anus, your rectum. Around it, it teared. And she said, open it up too through sexual intercourse and certain lubricant or spermicide. A condom. She said, what's on the condom? Look, I don't know, okay, but I'm willing to be wrong, and I'm telling you, whatever brand of toilet tissue that you're getting, you need to look it up and see if that is a recycled brand, what chemicals is in it, because a lot of times it's toxic because of the recycling process. And the microscopic ground up rough pieces of material that you can't see that are microscopically, she said, tearing the tissues around the penis, the vagina, the anal rectal cavity, that's opening you up, she said, for parasites, small, she's showing me under a microscope. Some of this, Lord have mercy, some of this toilet tissue got microscopic living worms, living organisms. I see them moving around. They're so tiny, you can't see them. So as you are wiping, you're doing two things, especially if you got diarrhea or you really want to keep wiping and it's dry, it's not wet tissue with soap on it to wipe. You're tearing in a movement, and as you wiping, you tearing the skin microscopically, and at the same time the chemicals and the small little mites, microscopic organisms, are going in the skin at the same time. That would explain if you're using toilet tissue, you keep wiping and you're sore, your vagina, your rectum, you sore and it's tender there, you irritated, you thinking it's just because you got diarrhea or you keep running off using the bathroom. No, it's because of that particular brand of tissue. What you saying? I'm with some of this too much. This too much now. It's been that way because I know I used to get irritated. I'm like, why am I so irritated from using the bathroom? I didn't realize, no, it's the tissue that you're using, you're tearing and you're infiltrating your body.
with chemicals and microscopic organisms at the same. They know that when they making it, like look at it, some of this tissue got bamboo in it or anything rough in it. And they know when they creating this, it's going to create two problems: tearing you and then infecting you with different bacteria and different microscopic organisms. At the same damn time, it will make sense. It's easy to slide in there because you told. You know, if y'all want to share some of your experience, that's why I stopped using it, because I could feel the tear and the irritations with certain brands. And it's good to have a wet wipe to move that debris and fecal waste you cannot see. You know, or wet your paper instead of just dry, because it's going to tear you. Have some soap on there to lubricate it and glide it through there. But get a better toilet tissue. More natural toilet tissue. That ain't got that bamboo and coconut and all that stuff in it, because even though it's ground up, it will still, you're very delicate between your legs, around your sex organs and your anal rectal cavity. You know, it's real easy to tear and cause a bleeding because you don't realize you trying to help yourself to wipe, but ain't nobody taught you that you hurting yourself and tearing yourself up. At the same time, open yourself up for more infection. Even if you're not using protection, just make sure that person has no diseases, because you open yourself up for also body fluids of another person, because you got them microscopic tears down there. You got them little bit of holes. Make sense to you? See, that's, I'm trying to explain it like she's saying. But I'm wondering about some kind of drug investigation, somebody getting arrested. Her boyfriend associated with unless he make a deal, or them finding out where the chain of custody of these drugs. Because I'm telling you, she said that he tricked her, the brother in it. They do dirty shit to women like date rape, gang rape, and extort motherfuckers and get them on tape while they high. They don't remember. They're not in their right mind. She thinks she hallucinating. She told me she think the brother had sex with her. Both of them. And he was obsessed. Both of them was obsessed with her in different ways and got her on tape and got fake drugs. Where she said a drug bottle got a name and a prescription drug on it. What she said, promethazine or benzene, something with a zine in it. I got to look at it later on. She said that he was spiking her drugs, taking a bottle, taking a real drug out, because he's a drug addict and he's a pill popper. He be on all kinds of, he be high all the time and drunk. He's an addict real bad. He can't stop himself. He can't help himself. He's really a piece of shit, what he did to her and beat her. He messed with other women's too. These women and men, they program him, they put him up to do this job where like the mama ain't attached to it. Now the mama attacking, I ain't never liked him, we tried to get him out. The mama liked it, that shit, because she know that girl wasn't going to live long. Since the girl don't want to be controlled, the girl don't want her to be a manager, the girl want her out of her pocket. You know, Gary Coleman has been in here too the past couple of days and said that's how his parents did him. He said she's telling the truth. It's the same thing his parents did to him. Set him up and had that lady, I think it was a white lady he was married to, killed him. Once he married her, he woke up dead. That was all planned, and she get her cut and her up and disappear and get the fuck on. Don't do no interviews or nothing, because you don't want to be questioned, investigated on you having something to do with killing. Because he said he was killed, suffocated, or smothered, had a heart attack, might have been drugged, a pillow over his head. So that lady was abusing him, his ass. Now look, let me look this up. But Gary Coleman, because he's up here in this shit and said they tricked him. That lady murdered him. Gary Coleman death. Okay. Actor Gary Coleman, May 28, 2010, at age of 42, at Utah Valley Regional Medical Center in Provo, Utah, has passed away. God damn. after being taken off life support following an intracranial brain hemorrhage caused by an accidental fall. Like I said, she beat him. Coleman suffered a head injury reported hitting his head on a kitchen island after a fall on May 26, 2010. Medical decision. His ex-wife, Shannon Price, found him bleeding, called 911, and later made the decision to remove him off life support. Yeah, because the deal is done. Let me get my money and move the fuck on. Because I don't want to take care of him and have him around trying to get him to wake up. I don't want nigga to wake up because he's going to tell that I jumped on him with somebody else, set it up with this white man and this other white woman. And he was already battling kidney disease. They said castmates like Todd Bridges publicly questioned aspects of the timeline and Price's action during the 911 dispatch. Okay, what happened with that? Because that was a murder. That's what she's saying happened to him. So Gary Coleman's wife, Shannon Price, they married in 227, divorced in 228, but continued to live together to his death in 210. You see that? They said Price made a decision to remove Gary Coleman from life support 2 days after he was hospitalized in a medically induced coma following a fall. I'm telling you. Okay, it went out a minute. Police initially ruled death accidental with no suspicious circumstances, but Price has faced ongoing public scrutiny and media attention. So I wonder who got all his stuff. Oh, wow. This is fucked up. This man started off with his parents taking his money. Gary Coleman's ex-wife did not inherit his estate, though they married in 227 and divorced in 2008. Price claimed they had a common law marriage. A Utah judge ruled in 212 that no common law marriage existed, invalidating a handwritten note. Wow, you hear this here? That named Price as his heir. His former girlfriend and manager, Anna Gray, received the estate under his 2005 will. Wow. So his ex-wife says she had a note where he wrote it giving her all his money, but the judge invalidated it because they didn't have a legal marriage. Really? I guess they did then. What they say, I'm trying to understand, said common law, that no common law existed, but then they said they had a secret divorce. Then Price said they remarried, common law partners, in 2007 with a handwritten codicil. Wow. She got him to write some or wrote it herself, but the judge invalidated it, saying she could not have his money. It was given to Anna Gray. Lord have mercy. Said Coleman owned a 4,405 square foot home outside of Salt Lake City, valued at $315,000. And I'm wondering, and then he had a pension and residuals from Coleman's TV and movie work that was licensed. This is exhausting. The judge appointed a pro attorney, Robert Jeffs, as a special administrator of Coleman's estate to oversee his property, and they cremated him. You see what I'm saying? That's another curse when they cremated him. Lord God. I'm going to get out of this right now because I'm wondering who is getting Hayden's estate and her money, because the mama already got
some rights to this girl's royalties and the money she's made over the years, residual incomes from it. Yes, baby, wet it using soap. Take your wet wipe because it's tearing you up microscopically. You need to wet your tissue. Put some soap in now, anti-fungal, antibacterial, something, a wet wipe that you can use on your genitals. It opens you up for infection from the feces. You took a bowel movement. It irritates you. You wiping. You open your skin up. That waves go down in them holes. You see what I'm saying? If you ain't wetting it with no soap and disinfectant to smoothly wipe your butt and vagina and clean it off with something wet, as opposed to that tissue that's opening you up for infection and parasites. I'm gonna see what come out. And if this man, because they're going to question him. Somebody is secretly giving them information. This man was buying drugs, had set a black market synthetic drug, opioid, and alcohol. Got this girl addicted to this stuff because she couldn't deal with her issues and her pain. And being alone, I understand it. Being beat up, drugged, drunk, hallucinating. Then she said it's Epstein Island satanic ritual done on her, sex ritual and rape. Pregnancy, and said she was cloned. Lord have mercy. She said they all are. Every major Hollywood actor. She said Ariana Grande. You see them taking this Ozempic, getting real thin. And I seen a video where Ariana had blood on her. I don't know, some type of ritual or cosmetic procedure. And she real drawed up. She said that's a soul swapping. And also a brain implant and a satanic computer program and an AI agenda image put out to the world, so they will mimic that. That's like a computer. They're bringing the rise of the robot. You're going to see robots, submissive, talking soft, small like that, drawed up, where they actually taking the feminine energy off of a real woman, getting it to a man, and creating an image of a deflated female, a wounded female, and then taking the energy to build a more sexy, voluptuous AI. They got the body shape of a nurturing woman and nurturing hips and vagina to do a satanic swapping, a soul swapping. And the more the soul swapping is done, and the bigger and the more human-like, that AI robot, you're going to see more diseases of a real female dying and drawed up and cancers and taking their wombs out and their titties off. And building a transsexual that look more like and act like a woman. I have been around some gay men and some that want to be women. And one thing I know for a fact, they do a lot of black magic. They study women, target women that they want to look like and be like, and they'll start sucking the life force out of that female to make them sick or make them dead and then become them. Try to soul swap them. You'll notice either you're around a lesbian or bisexual female or a gay man, not all of them. The ones that really hate women and envy them to the point they want to be them. You know, the more you tell them your business and have them in and out your house, a bullagger that want to sleep with you, a lipstick lesbian, even if she got a man. People might not know she's a bisexual, or she really don't want to be with us. She want to be with a man. Or lipstick lesbian, you'll start having problems at your job, your work, and your sexual relationships. Or start having health issues or go down because they secretly siphon it off of you and want to be you and trying to steal your essence off of you through black magic. I know because I've been around who told me they do black magic to get sex change, to get black magic to attract men with money, to take their money, to get them to pay for it, pay for their meds and stuff, and they usually are jealous of a particular female. When you see a transsexual looking a certain way, look at different women that either around them or different women that are popular or different women that have a look that men gravitate to. They're going to look like that because they've been satanically siphoning off of and hating that individual, trying to destroy them, or they'll back away from them when they start doing a sex change ritual.
Because it's a Baphomet ritual doing alchemy, sexual alchemy, removing your sex, suppressing the male, rising the female. Because you see, the Baphomet got titties on the top and a dick on the bottom. Pulling the penis in, which is really an extended clitoris, and absence of a vaginal canal. So then they take the penis, gut it from the inside, take the arteries, the veins, the tip of the penis to make a fake clitoris, which is really the head of a man's penis. Then burrow a fake hole down inside the man to push back in the penis, which is an external vaginal canal. But the body knows that it is biologically, genetically male. So for the rest of their life, they got to put a fake penis in there, have sex with a man that's got an external vagina, extended vagina, which is the penis. Because the body looks at it as a sore, not supposed to be there, and it'll close back up, so they have to keep it open. Just like a woman, if you don't have sex for years, your body's not going to look at your vagina as a sore and then close it up where no hole is there. It might just shrink and it'll get tighter. And if they're going through menopause or lack of estrogen, it will atrophy and the clit will draw up real little. The vagina start drawing up and recessing, but it will never close because it recognizes you as genetic biological female. Do you see what I'm saying? They do these curses. You have to watch who you associate with. Just like it could be a woman that's considered not attractive as you. You hang around her, a biological woman will do magic on you, hang around you, be in your house, take your things, touch your things, covet your things, want to be you, and bad things start happening to your health, your looks, your beauty, your nigga turn on you. Your life will start collapse down. They go get them some plastic surgery or something, but they start working on themselves, trying to usurp your soul to reflect beauty internally as your mannerisms, as your way, as your light, as your integrity. They don't have none. They want to steal your life, your money, your reputation, your life, and be down talking behind your back to try to see your life destroyed and then pity you, act like they pity you and they're concerned about you and they sorry this happening to you, knowing to get behind your back, giggling because they're trying to usurp your soul and take everything you got and then step up and become you while you in the casket dead and going in the goddamn ground. Y'all need to watch this. I'm going to go now. I think I haven't shared everything, but I've shared enough for what Hayden is saying for you to get the idea behind this here. So just listen, re-listen, and share this. Click like, click subscribe, and donate. I'll talk to you later.